What is up, you guys? This is Super Sega Ultra 1997 here, and happy New Year, happy belated New Year once again. I know I'm very late on this, but I thought I'd do another collection video and probably the first video for 2023, and that is my PS4 collection. Now, if you could all remember, like a while ago, since I got my PS4 has long since been gone, and I gave my PS4 to my sister because she wanted it. But these games right here, these are games I plan to keep for like maybe miscellaneous reasons. And then these are games I'm eventually gonna get rid of. Either I sell them off or I give them to like a place like Frankensons or whatever like that. So here's let me give you a better look at some of them. You might recognize a few of them here. I might plan to get rid of like maybe 5 or 10, 15% of this stuff. Hopefully, we'll see. And if I can't sell them off or whatever, make money off them, then they're going to Goodwill. They will, because I really have no need for these games, to be quite honest. And then these are the ones I'm just gonna outright just donate to Goodwill when I have the time. Maybe this Saturday I'll do it. But these are the games right here that I do plan to keep for like miscellaneous reasons, like I said earlier. Because two of which actually, or few of which actually have PS5 upgrades, or gonna get PS5 free upgrades. Like one of which I know right here, which is coming this Friday, and one of which has been out for about a month now. But without further ado, let's get started. First game we have here is Assault Sulanos. This is actually a remake of a Sega Mega Drive or a Sega Genesis game called Target Earth. In Japan, on the Mega Drive, it's called Assault Sulanos. This came out in 2016. I remember I bought it like the day it came out. It was like $20, like for a brand new release of this for $20. I'm like, damn, that ain't jack shit. So, and I was thinking about importing it at the time too. But then I decided I'd just buy it as is since it did come out in the US with its Japanese name this time, actually. And I do have Target Earth if you've seen my collection video. Yeah, I actually do want to keep this one because it's actually a very cool game. Bayonetta Vanquished. I actually got this for my birthday, for my 23rd birthday in 2020, which was like soon to be 3 years ago. And this is the Steelbook version, so you know that's pretty tits and ass. That's pretty cool. I haven't played Vanquish, but I heard good things about it. Maybe I'll give it a shot one of these days. Bayonetta, on the other hand, I honestly couldn't get into it. I'm sorry. I don't think I'm going to get the third game. Sorry. Batman Arkham Knight. This was a great game. Only thing, the Batmobile segments do kind of suck ass here, but I'm keeping this because, you know, rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. What else are you going to do? Cobra Kai Dojo Rising, or Cobra Kai 2. I actually got around to watching Cobra Kai, I want to say, like, back in September, and dude, I loved it. It's actually a great show. One of the few shows that's worth keeping the Netflix subscription, even though Netflix has made some stupid, questionable decisions in the past couple of years regarding a certain movie I won't name, but yeah, anyways, this is Cobra Kai 2 Dojo Rising. And this one actually has a PS5 upgrade. This was given to me by my friend. And playing this game on the PS5, it's kind of choppy, it's glitchy, buggy. It's just not a good experience for me. So, the show's great, but this game, I haven't played the first Cobra Kai, but this one, yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know about this one, so I'm sorry. But this show is awesome, though. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which is the one game I'm actually really excited to have a PS5 upgrade. And allegedly it's coming out this Friday, according I looked back on the trailer and the release date trailer. They said it unless it got delayed again, which I don't know. The only way I'm probably going to get rid of a PS4 physical copy is if they actually make a PS5 physical copy. Then they'll probably be the only way for me to actually get rid of this. But until then, I'm keeping this. And I love Dragon Ball Z. It's my favorite anime of all time. I've been a big fan of this franchise ever since 2002, 2003 on Cartoon Network's Toonami of all places. Devil May Cry HD Collection, you know, it's Devil May Cry, you know, 3 classic games. I'm keeping this because legendary series. Who doesn't love Devil May Cry? This game will beat this shit out of Bayonetta any day of the week. That's my opinion. That's my hot take for the day. LMAO. But anyway, Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. This one I actually got a while back. I believe when I bought this, I bought it for $40. And, you know, for $40, you can't go wrong. Despite it being a Japanese import, or it does play in English, like the text and everything are in full-blown English, so you don't have to worry about seeing Japanese writing or Japanese kanji or whatever like that on here. Dead or Alive 5, which was the very first PS4 game I ever got for the PS4 when I had it at the time, which was 2015. But I was initially thinking about getting rid of this, but I'm like, no, you know, I should keep it because it was one of the first PS4 games I ever got with the system. And of course, Dead or Alive 6, which, you know, had some controversies, but despite its full-blown issues, I actually liked the game. I didn't think it was that bad. It's not as good as what came before it, obviously, with Dead or Alive 3 and 4 and what have you. So, yeah, I think 3 is my absolute favorite on the OG Xbox. And also, second to that would have to be Part 2 on the Dreamcast. And third of that would have to be Part 4 on the 360. Anyway, Final Fantasy 15. I can't wait for Final Fantasy 16, though. But, you know, I actually bought this, like, dirt-ass cheap. Like, you know, I got it. Ghostbusters, the video game remaster. I only got this because I'm a fan of the movie, the original 2 movies. And even Afterlife. Afterlife was such a good movie. It was way better than that 2016 bullshit that they try to sell us off back in the day. Remember that shit? Yeah, I can't either. But anyways, this is a remaster of the 2009 game. This one and the one on the Sega Genesis are like the only two like really good Ghostbusters games. I know there's also the new Ghostbusters 2 that came out for the European NES, but I haven't played it. I heard it was alright. But no. This and the Sega Genesis game are the only two really good ones. And also, despite this game taking place in the year 1991, you don't see the Twin Towers, obviously because of 9/11. Or, yeah, that's what people claimed. That's why it's not in here, because of, you know, September 11th, you know, 9/11, 2001. One which I would understand if the game came out in 2001, but this game originally came out in 2009. And by then, it was already 8 years after the fact. And because the plot took place in 1991, I don't think it would have been a problem or an issue to see the Twin Towers in this game, the original World Trade Center, in my personal opinion. But hey, I digress. People get offended over everything these days, right? So yeah, Ghostbusters, the video game remastered. I know there's also another Ghostbusters game that just came out not too long ago. I forget what it's called, but I do plan to check that one out. God of War 3. Everybody knows how great this one is. So God of War 3, great. God of War 2018. I like this game, I liked it. Even though, yeah, you can joke that it's a walking simulator. And 95% of the time, I would agree that it is kind of a walking simulator. But it is a very decent walking simulator, I'll tell you that. But that doesn't mean it sucks, though. I mean, in my personal opinion, I liked it for what it is. I've beaten this one twice, so yeah, and I've also beaten Ragnarok 2, and I thought Ragnarok was a decent one, too. Even though, the older games had more gameplay, but they're still great games. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. Complete Edition. I know there's probably no point to playing this on your PS5 now because of rumors that they're gonna make like a remake of this one for PS5. So when that does happen, maybe I'll give this game another chance, but we'll see what happens till then. Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls Collection. I bought this like in 2020 before the pandemic hit, before the pandemic made everything fucked up. But we got Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. I know I said this before and I'll say it again. Even on my PS3 collection video, I never got into Heavy Rain. I played it. I couldn't get into Heavy Rain. I just felt this game was kind of boring, personally. I understand why people like it, but I try, and it's just not for me. Heavy Rain, It's just not for me. I'm sorry, you guys. Just not for me. But Beyond Two Souls, on the other hand, this one kicks ass. This one's actually a very good one. In fact, I might actually replay this game again very soon. It's actually, I recommend playing this one. Beyond Two Souls is a great game. And it's a shame that it got overshadowed by The Last of Us. Not to say that The Last of Us Part 1 was, bad or anything. But yeah. Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. Once again, I love this game. I know this game's going to be 10 years old this year, and it's fucking crazy because I remembered the day this game came out. I wanted it so bad. And it's a very good fighting game. I liked it for what it is. Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. This one really includes all the DLC characters on here, which is why they're in the front cover. So, yeah, I'd say it's worth it. Yeah. Injustice. The first one. It's a great game. I like part 2 a little bit more because I felt the gameplay on that's a little bit more revised, but this is still pretty good. But I might actually do a live stream of that one of these days. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 2.5 remix. It's Kingdom Hearts. What you gonna do about it? 2.8 and part 3. Part 3 you can actually find for very cheap now. You can find this one for dirt ass cheap now, man. Like, for real. But, yeah. Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes, Phantom Pain, The Definitive Experience. I got this for like $10, I want to say. And, it does look bad. I was initially thinking about getting rid of it until I realized, I don't know. It does look like it does have a pretty cool cover art, so I'm not sure if I want to get rid of it now, but that's just me. Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection. It's the first 3 Uncharted's. Part 2 is my absolute favorite. That is the all-time best one. I feel like Uncharted 2 is like the Streets of Rage 2 of like the Uncharted. It's like the all-time best one. Part 1 is pretty good, but Part 2 is the best one out of all of them. And Part 3 is also very good. I liked Part 3. Okay, now this is the game I was talking about earlier, which I didn't even ask for this game. My friend gave it to me, and this is DC League of Super Pets, or whatever like that, based off the movie that came out like not too long ago, I think in the summer of last year. He gave this to me as a Christmas gift along with Cobra Kai, and to be quite honest, I don't think I'm gonna really play this one. And even if I do, it'll probably be on Xbox because it's on Game Pass. And all it is an on-rail shooter, so there's that. So I'm not sure if I'll play it. Shenmue 3, Shenmue 3 is actually alright. I have not played the second game, but I do have this one. And I played a little bit of the first one on Dreamcast. I have it on Dreamcast, so yeah. Soul Calibur 6, the best Soul Calibur since Soul Calibur 2, I want to say. This is an all-time great game. Go play this one. It's awesome. Tekken 7, which I can't wait for that Tekken 8, though. Am I right, fellas? Tekken 8. I can't wait for Tekken 8. But anyway, this is Tekken 7. It still holds up pretty well. It's still a pretty good fighting game. I know it's probably a step up from Part 6, which I know at the time everybody hated Part 6 because, I guess for whatever reason. I don't understand the criticism behind Part 6. Yeah, it's not a perfect game, but one mode I can't stand in that game is scenario mode. I could not stand that mode. I feel like that's like the downside of Tekken 6, but everything else about Tekken 6, like arcade mode's fantastic. But this is even better than Tekken 6. And this is a great game. I recommend playing this one. Tekken 7 is great. And then we got Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Now, this one originally I was thinking about maybe getting rid of this one too, but because of the PS5 upgrade that did come out for this one back in December, which was a month ago of last year, I decided to be like, you know what, I think I might end up just keeping it only because of the PS5 upgrade. Like with Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, if this does get a physical PS5 copy, then that's when I'll probably get rid of it, but that's just me. And I've saved the best few games for last. Resident Evil 2 Remake, which I've beaten twice already with Leon's campaign and Claire's campaign. It's a good game. I liked it for what it is. I mean, I like the gameplay. It's like Resident Evil 4 in a sense, so yeah, I liked it. And also that Resident Evil 4 remake though, I can't wait for that to come out. I am so psyched for that one. So yeah, I can't wait. And Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. This one was great. I actually think this one's the way scarier game than Part 8. Part 8, I know Part 8 gets a lot of mixed reception sometimes, but Part 8, I don't think Part 8's that bad. It's just not as scary as, this one. Part 8 was more action oriented than it was an actual horror, survival horror type game. The only thing that's like kind of remotely terrifying about that game is the giant aborted fetus that like chase after you and shit. The giant fucking fleshly like fucking unborn fucking giant ass Godzilla ass fucking baby that comes after you, dude. Like holy shit. That's like the only thing from that game that's actually kind of terrifying, honestly. Other than that, it's mostly an action oriented game. But this one is actually pretty good. I recommend it. And if it weren't for this game, we wouldn't have the remakes of Resident Evil. And of course, this is vastly superior to Part 6. Part 6 was just fucking diarrhea sauce with a side of anus cheese, and fucking a side of ass cheeks with it. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, a little word of warning. If you were gonna pick up the gold edition on PS4 thinking that you're gonna be able to get a free upgrade to the PS5 version of this, you're sadly mistaken. And the only way you're gonna be able to do that is if you get the original copy, the non-gold edition of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, which is kind of retarded in itself. I don't know why they did that, but I only bought this because it added most of the DLCs on disc automatically without paying money for them. That's the only reason why I did it. Speaking of Resident Evil, I need to fucking get my hands on the fucking DLC. I know I'm like very behind on that. Work's been kind of. But anyways, you guys, this has been my PS4 collection as of 2023. Just want to say have a good one and peace. Laters.